Day 6 of my 30-day 1,000 calorie a day diet, self-imposed. I am Dr. Bland. I am a board-certified obesity medicine physician, and so I am doing all safety precautions, and I'm doing this appropriately. Got some medical grade meal replacement bars that I'm using on many occasions. Let's talk about how day 6 is going for me. Today was another 12-hour work day. 4 of my first days doing this calorie restriction were at work. Not exactly the ideal timing, if I have to say so myself, from a energy standpoint. But when you look at the the mental drain of just not having to deal with planning meals and not having to deal with navigating, how do I arrange if I'm going to go out, take my wife out to lunch? Well, where can we go where I can find something that kind of makes sense for me and kind of plan and make sure I leave enough calories at the end of the day if I'm taking my wife to dinner, stuff like that. 12-hour workdays are actually pretty great for starting diets in those regards, because as long as I kind of pack my replacement bars, I just kind of chew on them when I'm typing a note real quick in between patients. And it's been very, very, on a mental level, energy free for me. So I think that has been a beneficial thing. I have actually not been incredibly hungry. It's not that bad of a hunger sting for me. I have had moments where I felt a little tired, a little run down, but I have still been kind of doing, not on like my, not on my actual long days where I'm working, but on my off days, I have been doing resistance training. I did some burpees, I did some weightlifting on one of the days, and on the second day, I grabbed my Go Ruck bag and I went on a ruck where a ruck is just walking with a backpack that has weight in it. Okay, so I'll include some links in our descriptions below on how to get a hold of that sort of stuff if you're interested in something like that. But weight resistance training when you are doing calorie restrictions is very important, because otherwise a disproportionate amount of your weight loss can be muscle loss. And I'm just doing my best to kind of counteract that a little bit. I promise you, starvation makes you lose weight, okay? But also the amount of weight loss that you lose is higher if you're not doing all of the right things to try and mitigate that a little bit. So in general, I'm doing fine. Today was another day of meal bars. So I was right, I think I'm right at 800 calories so far for the day. So far, 75 grams of protein. And I'm feeling pretty good. I feel, and maybe this is somewhat in my brain, I feel like my face looks a little thinner than it did a week ago. I feel like my pants fit a little bit lighter, but we're gonna see. I have avoided the temptation to weigh myself daily and decided that I was going to just go ahead and track my weight every week. And so tomorrow I will bust out the fabric tape scale and I will literally do some measurements around my waist and all that sort of stuff, tracking my actual size and inch loss. Versus what the body scanner, I did a 3D body scan at the start of the month before this project, and I'll kind of track and see how that goes against that, and I'll be doing that weekly, and then I'll redo the 3D body scan at the end of the month. I'm not made of money, so I'm not doing a body scan every week. Those things cost money. So we'll kind of see how that goes, and then we'll track the weight and see what the weight loss is this first week. When you do a big calorie reduction, particularly if you're somewhat end up going lower carb-ish, not full keto or anything, but if you go lower carb-ish, it is often normal to have a little bit of what we call like the whoosh is some of the phrases, where the water that tends to be bound up in glycogen in your body, the energy stores that you have, as you kind of deplete through that a little bit while all of a sudden your body's getting used to there not being calories around, you can often have a decent immediate rush of weight loss. And a lot of folks will find that after that immediate rush of weight loss, things kind of stagnate a little bit. So it's interesting to me to see how, after this first week goes, what does week 2 and 3 and 4 look like, as well as what does my energy level do during those times. But so far, I am 6 days in, and I feel pretty good. One of the things that I had questioned for myself was, why am I not doing workouts on my 12-hour days? And part of the answer is, in theory, I probably could have grinded through it, but I'm trying to be as honest as I can during this process about just my general willingness to go through stuff. And frankly, I'm just tired after that, and I just don't really feel like it. And I had been telling myself, I bet I walk 5 or 6 miles a day or something like that, because I do a lot of walking at my job. And I decided I would leave my phone in my pocket. I'm still getting bad. I'm still bad about taking it out and leaving it on the desk while I'm working. But I did keep it in my pocket for most of the day. and I'll put it up here on the screen. It looks like I was, closing in on probably 4,000 steps. Now, I'm giving myself a little bit of credit for the amount of times I realized I'd taken my phone out of my pocket and put it down. But, somewhere in the range of 2-ish miles. So it turns out that I was probably really overestimating how much walking I actually do during the day, or maybe really underestimating how much time I take my phone in my pocket and how much time it takes me to put it out. So we'll see how this goes in terms of, I'll track my walking during a couple other shifts, maybe again tomorrow, and see how that goes, see if I get more different numbers. But a little under 2 miles is where it looks like it had me today. And we'll kind of see how that goes. Any questions that you have for me, feel free to put those down below. Other than that, tomorrow, if I can figure it out, I might even do a live stream. But tomorrow we will do the big first week bonanza and see how a week of weight loss has done for me. Okay?